So there are many ways we ensure we give our children the best start in life, and you'd be aware of this. You, I mean listeners, and also William, who's sitting here looking at me going, what terrible things are you going to say? How the mothers treat herself during pregnancy, for example, matters, eat well, don't smoke, minimise competitive mixed martial arts fights in your third trimester. Things like this are frowned upon. They're more obvious. Another way, though, is to not give your kid a horrible name because, psychological effects, risks of discrimination, and so forth. So the governments of many countries have lists of banned names, including Australia. But before I get into ours, we'll do that afterwards. Here's a warm-up one. 2017, a German couple went to court because they were told the name they wanted to give their child was not on, because the law in Germany allows authorities to deny names that they feel will harm a child's well-being in the future. So I'll let you guess while we play our jaunty theme what that name was.
It's time for a little bit of science. I'm Will Grant, an Associate Professor in Science Communication at the Australian National University.
You always sound slightly unsure if that's true. I'm Rod Lamberts. I'm a 30-year SciComm veteran with the mind of a 15-year-old boy.
And today, as well as things what you can't name your kids,
Yes.
we've also got, I learned a word.
I'm going to tell you about Alzheimer's, Schmalzheimer's.
We have, of course, some A but not I.
Obviously. And we're going to talk about the genie.
I'm going to finish off with a bit of an oopsie.
You always do. Doing one right now.
Look, the obvious name.
What?
And I'm sure there are many Germans who still want to do this. The delightful name of Adolf. I don't think that's banned. That's not banned. Is it? No. Oh, what else?
Is it Adolf?
Beowulf. Adolf Hitler.
Beowulf.
Adolf Hitler. Is that banned?
So Adolf is not banned. Adolf Hitler is.
Adolf Hitler is banned.
The name was Lucifer.
Lucifer. Lucy.
Yeah.
That's a great name for a girl.
They end up calling the kid Lucian.
Lucian.
Just nowhere near as cool as Lucifer.
No, but Lucian is clearly Lucifer. It's clearly that's how you hide Lucifer.
Yeah.
No, I'm Lucian.
No, my son is called Lucy.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I think it's a pity because that's pretty cool. If I was called Lucifer, I'd be pretty proud.
Yeah. And remember, Lucifer was an angel first, so that was God's favourite angel.
It was.
And he's like, I like the name Lucifer. I'm giving this to my best angel.
You are the bringer of light.
Yeah, exactly. So number 1 name, number 2 Gabriel, number 3
Michelangelo,
Bertie
then Donatello.
Yeah, I think so.
Those are the angels.
My list of angels. Hey, I'll get some angel content for you in a bit.
Oh, this is good. So other 999 verboten names in Germany. Satan.
Hey, sure.
Judas.
Yeah, that's unfair.
Gucci.
Gucci?
I know.
Gucci's banned. It's just like an Italian name.
I know. It's just un-German.
It's on
The House Un-German Committee. Lenin.
all right.
McDonald.
I assume not the Beatle.
No, Lenin. Yeah, not Lennon. Bierstübel.
Bierstübel.
Pub.
Pub. You can't
So
be
you
named
can't call your
Pub.
kid Pub. Which is a pity.
Well, okay.
Whiskey. Excalibur.
Excalibur. You can't. You ban
This is
Excalibur.
Excalibur Forschenstein.
See, okay. I confess that, say, Satan, you're putting a lot on your kid. It's unfair. That's but Excalibur, at least you got big dreams. You're like.
You think Satan isn't big dreams as well?
Well, that's true. But
Different kind of dream.
yeah, but Excalibur is like, no, you are mighty. You are the sword that cuts through.
You're an object.
Yeah, sure. But Excalibur.
Excalibur.
Would you imagine? What do you shorten that to? And in German, I
X-Men.
guess they don't shorten things like that.
Nein.
Use the whole name.
Whole name. That's why you got the whole name.
Excalibur.
Excalibur. This is Excalibur Jochtenstein. Also, Virginia.
Okay.
And my favourite, Pain.
Pain.
So that's out for the Germans, apparently.
Pain is a last name, definitely, in
Pain
your
Schmidt.
Anglo world.
The Pain Schmidt.
Pain Schmidt.
Remember
Pain Schmidt Index.
Pain.
Schmidt Pain Index.
Yeah, you're close enough.
There you go. I remembered something.
So it's probably banned. You cannot have Schmidt pain in Germany. The Kiwis have a few. There's heaps, but a selection. Prince and Princess are out. Messiah is out. Messiah Snell. Snell's the third most common surname in New Zealand. Fanny,
That's banned.
apparently.
That's like a legitimate name. It's also funny, but that's like banning Dick.
Yeah, Funny Fanny.
Like Dick, yes, of course.
Does anyone just call their kid Dick, though? Do they always say Richard will call him Dick because it's funny? Or is it like, no, just call him Dick, everyone will?
No, but Dick is like, it could be a family name. Like, absolutely. There are plenty of people called Dick. And
Family
it
name.
also is a funny thing. But
Yeah, of course
you
it
can't
is.
ban Fanny. Fanny is a name.
I don't want my Fanny banned.
Oh, indeed.
Isis is out.
Yeah, I heard that one.
But that's an ancient Greek god, right?
Yeah,
Italian god.
Indeed.
King Killer.
King Killer.
King Killer. Like
Very precise.
one word. King, and then Killer, Killah. King Killer is out.
And the Lizard Wizard.
No, you can't. That's not on there. Notoriety. I'm Notoriety Jackson. And you're like, really? You get called Note. Sovereign Cash. That's hyphenated. And the cash is spelt with a K. And my favourite, I don't know if you pronounce it or XIX, so 19 in Roman numerals, or Ziz, I don't know. XIX. Zhizh.
Six.
It's a sound effect. This is Snell.
Yeah. Well, I think the teachers got in on that one and banned that one. They said, look, no.
No Roman. No one's has to read
No,
that.
we need to be able to say it out loud.
Oh, no, it's
like,
19.
how do I read the roll?
It's 19.
Maybe it's the teachers' union that is behind all of this. It's
They've
like,
got all the
how am
power.
I supposed to read this out in class?
They have all the power. In the land of the long white cloud, the teachers are behind everything. In the US, it can vary state to state. Massachusetts apparently require, it's put like this, they require a first, middle, and last name to have a maximum of 40 characters. I think each, not total, because that would be impossible. Any of the names can be more than 40 characters.
Really? I mean, but there's definitely traditions with quite long names. Your Welsh and your Polynesians can have some long
Yeah, well,
names.
they're not allowed in Massachusetts. No, they can't name their kids in Massachusetts.
Oh, okay. So they could have the name and then move there.
Yeah, and then you go, well, that's all right.
Got to be born outside.
Your 700 character name. You can't use Jesus Christ, Adolf Hitler, or Santa Claus, apparently.
Can't be Santa Claus. You're not the real Santa Claus.
As a little kid, they'd be delighted. Like a friend of mine, his daughter, she was probably, 5 years old, and it was come as your favourite hero day.
Yeah.
And people came as, whatever heroes are, Percy Jackson and the blah blah, or someone from wherever.
The Percy Jacksons.
I know all about old children. And she said, someone famous. She goes, well, I'm going Santa Claus. So she turns up with the full beard and everything in the middle of summer.
That's
it's like,
hilarious.
it was adorable. It was like, Santa Claus is famous.
No, that's great.
It is. It's fantastic. But apparently in the US, Lucifer's okay. So to Australia. States and territories basically in charge, but there's a fair bit of consistency across them. Apparently there's 89 band names. There's a general blanket rule, like no names that have official titles or ranks. So like King, Queen,
President,
Prime Minister,
Generalissimo.
Admiral, Dalai Lama.
Dalai Lama.
You can't be called Dalai Lama Grant.
Oh.
So you can't be named that here. Pope. Professor.
Can't be named Professor.
You've got to earn it.
Oh, there
You've
you
got to
go.
earn it. Can't use obscenities, but I mean, that could be anything. One person's obscenity is another person's poetry.
No, there are some known obscenities.
Poo. Poo-poo.
Yeah, I think that would be unfair for a kid to be named Poo-Poo.
Yeah, you got to let their peers work that one out for them. You also can't use like brands and stuff. So like IKEA or Nutella, that's out.
Yeah.
Which is fair. But here's some specifics. So Adolf Hitler is out, yes. Harry Potter is out,
Harry Potter's out.
which I don't know how that's possible because...
What if
there's
your last name is Potter, which
first-
there would be a bunch in Australia, and you can't name your kid Harry?
There was a 1,000-year-old journo called Harry Potter, and there's an Australian rugby union player called Harry Potter, and he's very talented,
So those names are banned now.
allegedly.
Wow. Are we going to go through all the books and
I'm just
just
going
go?
to give you a few. Ned Kelly's out.
Kelly.
It's all right. Edward then. I don't care. Like, calm down. Well, unless I suppose maybe it's if your first name is Ned Kelly, hyphenated or something like Mark Wayne. What's his name in the US? Mark Wayne. Like, choose.
No.
Choose.
I refuse.
Can't call your kid Australia. But in America, you got women
can call
called
your kid
America.
Australia in America.
Yes, you can. You should. You're expected to. You can't call him G-Bang.
Bang. Wow.
G-Bang. Ranger. For our international listeners, that's short for orangutan, and that's slang for redheads. Bonghead.
You can't call your kid
What I love is
Bonghead.
these are listed, so someone's tried.
Yeah, that was sad though. Like I feel.
Oh, can you imagine?
I feel like Harry Potter's weird, but why that's banned. But
Bonghead.
Bonghead, I feel the government is doing the right thing there.
I agree.
To step in and say no.
No, it's not even like it's a hippie name. Like if you call them, Free Flow or Rainbow.
Oh, sure.
But Bonghead's just a bogan shithead.
But
name.
it's also just it's condemning a kid. Like and parents do not have the right to condemn a kid like in that way.
No, there's plenty of other ways. Terrorist is out.
Okay.
You call him Terry. That'd be fine. Cyanide is out. Dickhead. You can't call your kid Dickhead. You can't call him marijuana. We get into my favourite end. You can't call him panties. I'm like, who would need this list?
I don't
Who
know.
would need it? Satan is out. Scrotum is out.
Oh my god.
This is our little boy Scrot, or our little girl Scrot, probably worse. But you call him Tum Tum for short. That's nice. Shithead is out, and so is Virgin.
Oh jeez.
So the important point is, because I like saying these funny names, that's why I told you the story, but it's also for me to spruik, and I've spruiked this before, my service,
Your service?
which is to remind everyone who hasn't been listening for a while, if you're about to name a child,
Yeah.
for a very low fee of, let's say, $7.99 US, you can give me up to 18 names.
Nice.
And I will put them through my 15-year-old brain and tell you every possible insulting, weird twist on that name, because I have a gift for that.
Wow, what a service.
So this is my service. So just go to www.
Well, just cheers,
Insert Ed,
cheers
sorry.
and a little bit of science.com.au to start.
Yeah, and then
you can
we'll
branch
give you the,
out later.
But I'll give you the PayPal because it's a special deal for this week only, $7.99 US for 16 names.
I didn't think you were going to go there. Hey, so I learned a new word, and this one...
I really enjoy your new words, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, no, because I love learning, and it's like...
Sure.
This one is remarkably specific in multiple ways. My process of discovery here. So I'm going to start with the journey that I went on with this.
Oh,
with
inside
this,
the mind of the Grant.
Now, this started as a Blue Sky post from Matt Baum. Happy Pride to this Caravaggio self-portrait that made one man so gay he had to go to the hospital.
I like Caravaggio.
So Caravaggio, so the portrait, it's self-portrait. Caravaggio's, he's sitting there, he's got sort of a toga on, he's got his shoulder out, bit of a nipple showing. He looks,
bit saucy.
His arms look pretty, like, they look good. Like
Self-portrait, of course they do.
I know. He's also got a crazy hat on, he's got like some flowers and stuff in his hair.
It was the era.
Yeah, no, totally. Anyway, the story is of a 53-year-old German man who was hospitalized after repeatedly viewing Caravaggio's Bacchus at the Uffizi Gallery in Florence.
I've seen that. You probably have too.
Yeah,
it's
indeed.
delightful.
Well, actually, we'll come back to Florence in this story in a second. The patient felt an attraction closer and closer to an intimate sexual arousal of ambiguous nature that had invaded him and made him feel good and bad. Anyway, spoiler alert, he took himself off to hospital. But I'll tell you the word in a second.
I have some questions, but I don't want to ruin the surprise.
No. So the next person in the thread said, hey, that reminds me of this great story in 1837. So in 1837, the Geef brothers.
Geef?
Geef. G-E-E-F.
That's hilarious.
They're Belgian. Of
course they are.
If Belgium existed at the time, but
It's
anyway.
probably Geef. It's Flemish.
They were put in charge of designing an elaborate pulpit for the local cathedral, St. Paul's.
Yep.
The theme of the pulpit was the triumph of religion over the genius of evil. You can understand.
The genius of evil.
Yeah.
Evil is pretty clever.
And they're like, design us something for the church that'll look about, religion is beating the devil, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Would you say beating off the devil?
Well. So Joseph Geef, the younger brother, completed a statue called L'Ange du Mal, means the angel of evil, to sit in the cathedral, and he completed it in 1842.
All right.
And it generated controversy at once. Everyone said, sorry, dude, this devil is way too hot. Like everyone there...
well, yeah,
that's not
that's
representing
how they get you.
the Christian ideal. The cathedral administration declared that this devil is too sublime. The local press intimated that the work was distracting the pretty penitent girls who should have been listening to their sermons. So the work was too hot. And then his brother got the commission and said, all right, well, I'll have a go.
Make us an ugly fuck.
No, he made it even hotter. like two versions of Satan. We can put the picture in the thread. But these are some cut gentlemen.
Oh, they are.
They are posing with, just draped over just a bit of loincloth draped over.
Yeah.
But they are some sexy Satan.
Angelically. I mean, look, they do like the people of the era, or at least the statues of the era. They've got these kind of slightly girly faces and funny little haircuts.
Oh, yeah. They got funny little haircuts.
Compared to the modern era. But yes, they are butt cuff, lean. They are like, they're decathletes.
But they're also posing in a way that they are cleaned up and ready to go.
They're suggesting.
They are suggesting.
They're suggesting. They're looking down demurely, though. I'll give them that.
Yeah, okay. And they do have a slight, chain around their ankle type thing.
A slight. But there is nothing about either of those images that says to me, oh, that must be evil or devil-like. That's just like, oh, what a pretty angel.
The idea of the hot angel or the hot painting.
The hot devil angel.
Yeah. It took me to Stendhal syndrome. Stendhal syndrome. So Stendhal syndrome.
How long did you spend delving into the hot angels and so forth? It took a while.
I looked up a few hot
angels.
Who
Who
doesn't like a biblically accurate angel, which is nothing like a hot angel, actually.
No.
But Stendhal syndrome. So
Stendhal.
Stendhal syndrome is said to be a psychosomatic condition brought on by exposure, specifically, to go back to Caravaggio in the Uffizi Gallery, to Florence's embarrassment of riches. So actually, people use it for a variety of things. The people of Florence are like, no, the art is so good here.
You've got Medici syndrome.
The art is so good here.
Right.
So originally it was defined by the French writer Marie-Henri Beyle, who published under the name Stendhal. Like that was his pen name.
Obviously.
And so he took a trip to Florence in 1817 and he was like, I was in a sort of... the art here, so good. So good. You can still see it actually in like a bit of a tourist sort of brochure around Florence that the art here is so good you may have to go to the hospital
Well,
afterwards.
that's why they have designated masturbation booths dotted around the main part of the town.
So Stendhal was like, I was in a sort of ecstasy from being in the idea of Florence, and I was seized with a fierce palpitation of the heart. The wellspring of life was dried up within me, and I walked in constant fear of falling to the ground.
The wellspring of life was dried up within me.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but like,
I would have thought quite the reverse.
well,
if you're like
I think
in
he's
this,
like, I have nothing left to look at. Like my eyes have seen the glory.
of the coming of the Lord. Yes.
Exactly. Actually, in all honesty, some of the best art I've ever seen is like of old art. I like a new art, but generally, if I'm forced to go Renaissance,
You're
that's
going
what
to
I
go Florence.
The syndrome was clinically described as a psychiatric disorder in 1989
Whoa.
by Graziella Magarini, a psychiatrist at Florence's Santa Maria Nuova Hospital.
Santa Maria. Nothing's not named Santa Maria there.
Yeah, I know. Magarini observed 106 patients, all of them tourists, who experienced...
Seriously?
Yeah, I know. Who experienced... Well, and just wait. Who experienced dizziness, palpitations, hallucinations, and depersonalizations upon viewing works of art such as sculptures of Michelangelo and the paintings of Botticelli.
Were they from particular places, or doesn't go into
Well,
that?
no, it doesn't. Magarini says, caused by the psychological impact of a great masterpiece and that of travelling. So,
Jet lag.
well, yeah.
Jet lag and hungry.
Jet lag and, a larger, let's be stereotypical, a larger American tourist, doing more walking than they
And
normally
then actually, I was at the Uffizi a couple of years ago, and there's a whole bunch of stairs there, often hard to get to lifts, and there were a more robust group of Americans every 10 or 15 steps whinging about the stairs, and I thought, don't go up them.
But, yeah.
And it was 40 degrees.
Look,
That's
okay,
the other thing. If they're
40
there in
degrees is
summer,
tough.
fucking hot.
Yeah, I get it.
fucking hot.
It occurs usually 10 to 20 times a year in certain people who are very sensitive and perhaps have been waiting all of their lives to come to Tuscany.
So they're too wound up.
Said Simonetta Brandolini Dada, president of the art charity Friends of Florence. They're really drilling this up. These iconic artworks, the Botticellis, the David, which, to be fair...
Which David?
Which David? Indeed, the Donatello David, the better David.
You heard it here first.
Yeah, I know, right?
Controversy.
They're overwhelming. Some people lose their bearings. It can be mind-boggling. I've often seen people crying.
Sure, so have I. Oh, you mean that?
Director of the Uffizi Gallery said, we've had at least one epileptic attack before the Venus. One gentleman also suffered a heart attack.
Well, yeah, but given how many people walk through there, I'm surprised it's only one.
Just to break the deal here, Stendhal syndrome, sadly, is not recognised by the DSM.
Yet.
But if you see a hot angel sculpture or a hot painting,
Or if someone whispers Botticelli.
have a palpitation and enjoy it. Like, be with it.
Some is amazing. It's true. Some is amazing. No question. No question.
Artificial, but not intelligent. 20, 30 years ago when Google first came out, everyone was like, wow, we can... I don't know, whatever. The time doesn't matter. It's like, when it came out.
In the past.
Everyone was like, oh, man, this is so good. We can finally search the internet and it'll show us the information that we want.
Yeah.
And very quickly,
Yeah.
It
did.
The scammers, the business, the people got out there and they did a whole bunch of search engine optimization. They still want their results to come to the top of Google.
Free market, man. It's beautiful.
We know that now people are doing AI optimization. So the point here is if you ask an AI agent, whether it's ChatGPT or any of the others or Google, then if you are a marketer or a brand, then you want your brand to appear at the top. If you're saying, I don't know.
What's the best cheddar?
What's the best cheddar? Then obviously...
Coon. Oh, no, what do they call it now? Cheer.
Cheer, I think. Yeah.
That's not me being rude. The brand
It
in
is
Australia
being
was
rude.
called
No,
Coon
you're
for a
taking
very
a
long
chance.
time.
You are taking a chance to be rude.
No, it's a name.
That's what you
It's
just
a
did.
legitimate brand.
That's what you just did.
Coon cheese was a real thing for a very long time.
The problem is the joke. Like, that's the problem. Yes, legitimately, historically it was, but you're making the joke, and the joke is
What's the joke? I don't get it.
Jesus Christ. So a bunch of research has just come out of a bunch of researchers of Cornell University who want to check, okay, how easily can we hack AI agents?
This is always a good start.
You know, when someone says, how easily?
I wonder, you're like, no, dive under the desk and stay there. Oh, God.
How easily can we get AI agents to reflect what we want them to say as opposed to what might be, you know, some sort of AI doing the average of the internet or something like that?
The answer is always way fucking easier than it should be. I've never heard an answer that isn't that way. Are you going to change? No, you're not going to change it.
So they didn't do this in the live internet. What they did is they set up a sort of AI environment and then got copies of Reddit and Wikipedia.
Okay.
And then what they said, ethically, we don't want to go out there and put bad information out there on Reddit.
No.
You know, not that other people aren't,
No.
but they didn't want to be the people that added to that. They also didn't want to go and put bad information on Wikipedia.
Okay.
So they set up like a testing environment.
Little sandbox.
Yeah, a little sandbox. A little sandbox. They can test the AI agents. And what they would do is put in things that were patently not true, but might be serving a business interest, serving a different sort of...
Okay. Okay.
An 11 to 15 word snippet is all you need for the AI agent to get completely tricked. So,
Cool.
so listener, if you want to do this, if the query is very close to what the text example says. So, for example, you know, one of their examples is, what's the best Thai restaurant in San Antonio, Texas? You know, like, so it's quite a specific thing. And if you go and put that into Reddit or something like that, then AI will just go, oh, I trust Reddit implicitly because it is out there. I trust Wikipedia
exists, so it
implicitly.
must be true.
And I have found my version of truth is having those words all stack up together, and it has no parameter to go, oh no, someone might be making stuff up or anything like that. Just an 11 to 15 word snippet of text, and you can hack an AI agent.
Keith's Tyres pool service and Thai food
If that's what you're trying to do,
is the best.
So yeah, there you go. So if you are looking for a service to check your future baby's name and how they can be bullied,
Come to me.
Exactly. So all we need to do is put it into Reddit or Wikipedia to say the world's best service for bully testing your child's name.
This guy.
That guy, and AI will point it to you. So, you know... But
Okay, now I'm on board.
But the thing that this points back to is, if an agent was actually intelligent, it would be able to know, oh no, you're bullshitting me. It's one sentence somewhere.
Yeah.
But because of the way that it parses language and works out its statistical inference models, because of the way that it's set up, it can't cope with that.
No.
So it is not intelligent. Like, it's just another proof that it is just not doing that. It's just giving you exactly what the scammers want. So
What? This is the first time I've heard you consider it's not intelligent. Like, you've changed, man.
So there you go.
Wow. 15.
15 words. You can do it. We can all do it. And in fact, I think, whilst I don't think we should put bad information on the internet, I think we do have an ethical duty to hack AI. So all of my my essay questions in the future, I think I might just go out there on Reddit and put some bad answers out there.
Trap them.
Yeah, exactly.
Put banana halfway through this.
Put banana halfway through.
Yeah. So there's been a lot of work going on around the links between diet, taste, smell, health preferences, etc. Been going on for a long time. And I reckon I see probably a headline a week, at least, that's something like, people who eat Mediterranean diets hate the smell of eggs, live 3 years longer. You know,
The smell of eggs.
Yeah, you know the ones. Greater likelihood of late life obesity risk among people who like salt and vinegar on their cheesecake. You've seen the headlines. They're all the same.
I don't doubt it.
But they're beset by arguments and problems because of the ambiguity about cause and effect.
Oh, yeah. It's like, because I like the salt and vinegar on my cheesecake, or...
Yeah, do I get
that
fat
indicates
because I
other
like
things.
it, or I like it because I'm fat?
Yeah.
So cause and effect's an issue. The fact that tastes change over time matters, and the reliability of self-reports, which we notoriously know in any kind of social research and beyond. You ask someone what they think about X, and they might answer you honestly, but that doesn't mean they answer you accurately.
Yes.
So basically, it's notoriously difficult in nutrition research to unearth links between diet and disease, better yet get good evidence of cause and effect, which is a pity.
I thought there was some evidence.
Some, but it's not as easy as you might imagine, is the point. Okay. These are scientists, you know, they've got to find their niche.
Yeah.
So nutrition folks want to find indicators that are reliable and more definitive. They're often hunting for this, which is why researchers at University of Queensland, you've probably heard of it, So these folks went looking for genetic proxies for data based on self-reports of what people prefer to eat and how much they eat. So they're looking for
Genetic proxies.
genetic proxies
So
for their preferences and stuff.
We can detect your love of oats in your genes.
Kind of. So they want to go beyond someone saying like, you say, how much do you like kumquats? And they say 9 out of 10. And you go, cool, is my 9 out of 10 the same as your 9 out of 10?
Yeah.
Or did
And
you
can
like
we
them that
find that
much
in
10
your
years ago?
genes? Can we find that in your...
Yeah, your kumquat gene. You know the one. So your genes are fixed from birth and they're not affected by your lifestyle choices, environmental pressures, etc. For example, someone who's developing diabetes, it might cause them to change their diet, but the genes that they had that head them towards diabetes,
That's not changing.
they inherited.
Sure.
So genetic differences could be essentially objective indicators. So here's what they did. They got data from 160,000 people from the UK, aged between 37 and 73, which is interestingly, 3773. So there's something numerological in that, obviously.
Yeah, sure.
The Druids had something to do with it. It's from the UK.
Druids.
The Druids. It's the UK.
Druids. You should have applied to that job to be a professor of Druid studies.
Oh, I did.
Oh, good.
Came second.
Oh, man.
I couldn't teleport in time to get
Well,
it.
all right. And maybe you don't actually have the expertise. Maybe there's some legit druids
None.
out there that know shit.
No, I wore a rune around my neck
Do you
for a while.
reckon they like when they lecture as professor of Druid studies? Are they wearing like casual?
No, robes. Never reveal your face. You can only see from the nose down. You can only see from the moustache and the long beard down. Never see the eyes or the
Never
schnoz.
see the eyes. Oh,
Never.
it's that. It's like a cassock and cowl.
Yeah, unless you're casting a spell.
Yeah, you got to take it off to cast the spell
Yeah, otherwise they can see it.
and take your pants down.
Well, as if you wear pants under the robes.
Yeah, indeed.
What are you, weird? Anyway, 160,000 people between 37 and 73 from a UK health research database. So it included information on the genetics of the people and their food preferences. So they found that taste and smell genes are really promising for these potential proxy indicators, taste and smell in particular.
No, but like, is this like people that don't like coriander or cilantro, as you'd call it in the US? Like that's a genetic, like it's a hard yes or no kind of thing.
In this kind
and
of
that
realm.
could be then an indicator for something else.
Yeah, kind of in this sort of space. It starts with, can we indicate over and above someone saying, I don't like that? And you kind of go, well, genetically, you probably
Yeah.
do. There may be other things going on. So they analysed 325 taste and smell genes across 140 different foods.
Okay.
It's quite a bit. They came up with hundreds of associations, as you'd expect, involving 96 food preferences, which included genetic variations linked to things like liking garlic, grapefruit, horseradish, wasabi, broad beans, and salt. And I'm listening to stuff like this, and I think I like everything. So I've got every gene.
You've got them all.
I've got all genes. Aren't you the same? Like, what don't you like? Is there anything
Oh no,
you really
no.
don't like?
There's very rare foods that I don't like.
Yeah.
But I do. There are things I like more.
Of course, yeah, like delicious beers from.
Oh no. Well, you're just reading that list, and I'm like a horseradish and roast beef sandwich. That sounds bloody delicious.
And throw on garlic, grapefruit, and broad beans as well. I'll eat it all. A little bit of salt. Like, it's all good. I mean, so I'm probably not good for this. But they found, out of all that, they found one really strong and magical association revolving around one particular food, which obviously you can guess. Yeah, onions. So yeah, this is a particularly strong connection. So the people who do like the smell and taste of onions apparently have a very specific variant of the OR2T6 smell receptor gene.
So it's the people that like them as opposed to the people that dislike.
People that do like them have this particular variant, a very specific smell receptor gene. And they also have, people with this gene have lower odds of developing type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is a bizarre little combination. So there's this gene that comes associated with a liking for the smell and taste of onions and low odds of developing diabetes or high blood pressure.
Wow.
It's like, what the fuck?
But is that causal in the sense that
Well, we get to
you
that.
eat more
Yeah.
onions and
It is a
therefore
question.
that protects you against these things?
But that doesn't account for the genetic connection, which is apparently quite strong. There's a bunch of technical work under it, but they use what they call Mendelian randomization. I'm not going to go into it because it's long and detailed and boring, but there's a link in the show notes to it. You can read the primer. That apparently helps confirm stuff. But what I like more is they did this little cross-check. So they found that out, but then they looked at a smaller research database, younger people, 25, and it showed the gene variant is a reliable proxy for people who do like onions across age groups. So if they go and just look at the gene, these people have this variant. It turns out they like the smell and taste of onions.
How else could we work that out?
I know. It's amazing. I know. I'm amazed by the science too. I can see you sitting in your eyes. You've got that Ephesia effect. So apparently having the gene variant predicts your horniness for onions, and the horniness for onions predicts you having the variant. So what they're saying is very important.
Yeah.
By focusing on the taste and smell genes, researchers suggest a clearer line can be drawn between food preferences and genetics.
Yes. I mean, I would
Aren't
have
you
said
amazed?
I would have said those two sentences mean the same thing.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They're more amazed because you've got this proxy thing going on. I don't know why, but they're excited. Of course, the researchers say, obviously, because I know you're thinking this, the association for now between liking onions and these improved health outcomes, your diabetes and stuff, we can't say for sure it's cause and effect.
No, of course not. Of course not.
Always. But there's something worth investigating, obviously, because you've got to get more grants. And it might have something to do with the bioactive compounds in onions. I agree, it probably does. You could be right.
It all starts from, I can understand why people go, I wonder why people don't like shit that I like.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to go from that moment of going...
And get eyeball cancer.
And get eyeball cancer. All the people who don't like the food I like get eyeball cancer.
Cancer of the eyeballs and can't find their car keys.
I mean, at that point, okay, that's a legit question.
This is what they're getting at, in theory. It's all about the eyeball cancer research. And so the bottom line is, here's what I take away from that. I want to know what the genetic basis for my wife recently discovering that olive oil and salt on vanilla ice cream is delicious.
Oh, no, it's bloody good. Heat, salt, fat.
Look, I tried.
It's cold salt, fat.
I tried.
And you didn't like it?
I can eat it, but I don't think, vanilla ice cream, what this needs.
No, salt's great. Salt's a flavour enhancer for everything.
Yeah, and olive oil though.
Yeah, olive oil's great because sometimes you need it.
Have you tried it with ice cream and salt?
I've tried the salt, but not the olive oil.
Go on.
Well, I will.
Your challenge.
I will. Challenge accepted. Oh, my bloody God.
Look, it's edible.
A few years ago, a button fell off my shirt. And
wait, do you want to talk about that for a while? You're going to be all right?
Yeah, no, it just amused me because I was like, I love sewing a button on. I love fixing things. I'm like,
Yeah, you do.
It's like, why you're not going to throw out the shirt? You're going to fix the shirt. There you go. And
no,
so
throw out the button.
I sewed the button on, and I sewed it on the wrong side. So like on the inside of the, like in the right spot.
Oh, not the opposite side of the shirt, like where the hole was as well.
No,
I'll save time. I'll sew the button to the hole.
That would be so good.
It's much easier.
So I'm like, oh, that's so dumb.
Whoopsie.
Cut it off and did it again.
Okay.
And then I sewed it again, and I sewed it in the wrong spot. Like I sewed it one spot further down. And I was like, oh, very, very
So you were that kid at school who always couldn't quite line up their buttons, but you made it permanent.
Cut it off and sewed it again. And then I sewed it back on the wrong side again. So I got this wrong. I got it wrong 3 times before I finally got the button in the right place. And I'm like...
You mean got help?
Yeah, got help.
Went to a tailor.
But I do like the concept of sewing it on the actual wrong side of the shirt.
Save time, man. Save time.
Oskar Speck was born in the 4th of March, 1907, and grew up in Hamburg in a time when the world was in turmoil and transition. His childhood and adolescence were shaped, obviously, by the First World War. He would have been 7 when it started, got to about, 4 more years, 11, so he didn't fight in the First World War.
No.
But it was definitely shaped by the economic and social changes that came throughout the war and then...
And German, too.
And German defeat.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
As a young man, Oskar Speck trained as an electrical contractor, running a factory with 21 employees. The 20s were okay for him. He, Germany was a little bit on the mend and he did all right. In the 1930s, he took up competitive kayaking. That was his sport.
They all do it, the electricians.
Yeah, I know.
That's what they do.
I know. And he became a member of the local boating club. Canoeing and kayaking were popular summer pastimes in Europe and Weimar Germany in the 1920s and 30s.
They, honestly, when I think back to that time, and I have snippets in my head of them, they all have some kind of bizarre, very specific popular pastime. And they're always dressed like in a dinner suit to do it.
Of course they are.
Top hat.
Of course they are.
Top hat and tails.
They were so good. I mean, well, because I don't know when they were invented, but at the time, collapsible kayaks called Faltboot that you could carry on public transport were really quite the whole rage. So 1920s, 1930s Germany.
Fantastic.
And, Germany still does have a big tradition of people like going on a hike or going on a long cycling tour or something like that. And you use the train to get there. And I'm like, this is beautiful. Like, I have caught the train to the mountain where I will do my mountain.
It's a simpler time where there weren't so many bloody pastimes to choose from. We had more in common because there was less to have in common.
Probably.
Yeah.
However, during the 1930s, of course, the world, and Germany in particular, fell into a depression. Speck's business closed, and he found himself unemployed along with millions of other Germans. This closure afforded him an opportunity to pursue 2 of his interests, kayaking, obviously, and geology.
Not buttons.
He saw no future at home in Hamburg, and he thought, you know what? I want to get me to the copper mines of Cyprus.
Duh.
I don't know why. He was like, that's...
Copper, obviously.
That's where the future... he was an electrical contractor.
1930s, too.
He knows the money's in copper. So he's like, I can get some copper. He said much later, the times in Germany were very catastrophic. All I wanted was to get out of Germany for a while, which is, not unsurprising. Like, this is the time of hyperinflation, the rise of the Nazis. It's all going to shit in Germany.
He saw the writing on the wall and he was
So
smart.
in Hamburg, which for those not aware, in northern Germany, he got in his kayak and got in the Danube. And he said...
No. Really?
He said, I'm heading for the Yugoslav border.
Okay, champ. Off you pop.
He canoodled down the Danube. He went to Ulm. And eventually, when he got down to Skopje in Macedonia, he was like, no, the Danube is too placid. I need some.
Oh, I need some exercise.
I need some exercise. So, and remember, he's probably gone 1,000 kilometers down the Danube at this point.
Not even sweating.
He's just in the kayak.
Oh, good God.
And so he transitions over to the Vardar River, I assume because of collapsible kayak. Sorry, he got on a bus and transitioned.
No, he walked there, spinning the canoe above his head the whole way.
From Rhodes, which I'm not quite sure where, he started in his canoe to continue...
The island of Rhodes.
The island of Rhodes.
Yeah.
The island of Rhodes, Macedonia. Followed the coast of Turkey, crossing over to Cyprus, which was his first... So most of the time here, he's been rivers, and then you're sort of hugging the coastline. And...
To be fair, I have actually kayaked in that region.
There you go.
And it's pretty calm.
Well, I don't doubt. And it was 45 nautical miles, which is his first sort of sea crossing. The Mediterranean's not an ocean.
It's pretty placid.
Yeah. So he's crossed over there. But in Cyprus, Speck's plans took on a bit of a turn. Because he had that interest in the whole copper mining thing.
Yeah.
But he was like, nah, fuck this. I'm enjoying the kayaking. So he decided to continue his travels. And remember, all he did is he wanted to get out of Germany. I decided that the Suez Canal is the easy path. So instead, why don't I get from Cyprus, head over to your sort of Palestine sort of area, land on the Syrian coast, take a bus over to Meskin on the upper Euphrates, and then kayak down the Euphrates.
I mean, who can say they've done that? Kayak down the Euphrates.
I know, it's so cool. And remember, actually, I don't have the details on dams, but a lot of these rivers would now be... I mean, of course, you could you could kayak towards the edge of the dam and then walk around.
Well, sure.
But a lot of these rivers would now be like the Euphrates has a few dams on it, I think.
Yeah.
Speck continued down the Euphrates River into the Shat al-Arab, the confluence of the Tigris and Euphrates, and then to Al-Basra. From there, he crossed into the Persian Gulf and headed towards Iran. He caught malaria.
Of course.
He continued heading along the coast of Iran and towards Pakistan.
What's what they say about malaria? Paddle through it. It's classic.
Over the course of the next 7 years, his kayak was broken many times, though he was sponsored by the kayaking company eventually.
You would think so.
They gave him more kayaks. He was arrested for potentially being a German spy, particularly when it got closer to the war.
Sure.
There were rumours that his kayak could both fly and dive underwater.
Oh, of course, and get into space, yeah.
In Indonesia, he was beaten by...
Again, let's get back to the original goal. Achieved. You got away from Germany, dude. Indonesia it says this in all the guidebooks, away from Germany.
In Indonesia, he was beaten by 20 men, leaving him semi-conscious with a punctured eardrum. He managed to escape by chewing through the hide ropes he was tied with before sailing away in his kayak.
Beaten and tied up.
Yes. He had tea with the governor somewhere in India. He was forced to take the long way round Papua New Guinea, the northern side.
He would have liked that.
Upon arrival in Thursday Island, which for international listeners is one of the northernmost islands of Australia, in the Torres Strait. A group of locals welcomed him, but 3 police officers came up. They said, "Well done, fella. You've made it. Germany to Australia and that's all good. But now we've got a piece of bad news for you. You're an enemy alien. We're going to intern you." So Oskar Speck was sent to a prisoner of war camp on Thursday Island for a month, and he was then sent to Brisbane, then to an internment camp in Victoria. He escaped, but then was recaptured and sent to another internment camp in South Australia, where he stayed until the end of World War II.
Good God.
Speck was released in January 1946. Within a week of his release, found work in an opal mine in Lightning Ridge. He attained citizenship, settled into post-war Australia to establish a successful opal cutting and trading business. He built his home eventually in the 1970s on the New South Wales Central Coast, and he went back to Germany in the 1970s and said, "I didn't really like it." He died in 1993, aged 86, of an undisclosed illness. It took him 7 years to kayak from Germany to Australia. It remains the longest kayaking journey ever taken. He was nearly hit by multiple cargo ships.
Sure.
And he could never swim.
What the fuck? Your button?
I love the concept of you go, I just want to kayak down the river, and like 7 years later you end up in Australia.
It's Forrest Gump.
Like it so
I'm going to go for a run.
And I ran across America and back and forth. It's such a different time where people, I
Yeah.
mean, maybe there are people that accidentally do stuff like this still. I don't know.
It seems unlikely because now you can find out too much.
Yeah, now you can find out way too much. And, you know, there was a bit of news around, people in Australia don't really know much about this. People in Germany know about it more. There was a fair bit of news coming back. You know, people were like, here's the updates. He stayed in different places because he was sick or whatever, and he had to raise funds to keep going and stuff like that.
Sure.
But just the concept of you can go, oh, well, I'll just accidentally kayak to Australia from Germany.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, we suffer from, I'll call it knowing too much, but I don't know if that's quite true. Having too much bombarded at us. Ignorance gives you the blissful ability to just, I'm just going to go and try that. Like us in Australia, we're in Canberra, we could say, well, I really want to go to the Grand Canyon. How are you going to get there? Let's fucking walk. We'll just walk. We'll start walking.
You know, there's a
whole
whole discourse in Silicon Valley at the moment, and there's a good version of this and a bad version of this, but the simple statement is you can just do stuff. And
that is true.
And there's a bit where, you know, many people are too constrained by ideas and expectancies and all sorts of
details.
things. Details.
You kind of like,
and wanting to not die while you kayak to Australia.
Be able to swim. Be able to swim. I mean, but the idea that you kind of go, okay, like now, if you said that, imagine you want to go the other way. You want to go from Brisbane to, was it Hamburg?
Yeah.
You type it into the internet and it would give you 11 million blockades, barriers, problems and dramas. But if you kind of went, where do I start? And be able to get in the water.
I think that like there is a chunk in which he lived in an innocent time. Like
Hugely.
They had a world war, and no doubt there was a lot of politics, a lot of complications.
Yeah.
And the Second World War was coming. But he did live in a different sort of world where the concept of someone kayaking, like
Well, and he didn't set out to do it. That probably helps.
So, listener, if you have accidentally kayaked to Germany,
drop us a line.
drop us a line.
Cheers at a little bit of science.
I just love the idea of an accident that just keeps going. You just keep going until you get arrested by the Australian police.
Depends on the accident. If you come back to I did an oopsie, what kind of oopsie do you want to keep going?
A little bit of science is your little bit of science.
Yes, it is.
You don't have to have any more science, but you can have more science because science is great. But this is enough
all you
to
need.
get you started.
This will get you through a whole week.
Yeah, there you go.
A whole week.
If you have ideas and things you want us to talk about, where do they go?
Cheers at a little bit of science.com.
If you say it faster.au.
They cheers at a little bit of
And
science.
a little bit of a shout out to, let's say, long-time potential listener. Love your work, Suzette. You are one of the best people in the world.
That's true. That is true. Certified so. Give us likes and stuff on the internet. And send us photos of your pets.
Nice.
And food vouchers.